Welcome to the banks of the Red Cedar, East Lansing, home of the Michigan State Spartans, where the fans have been ready for hours in anticipation of this big one we have coming up. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see the #2 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Michigan State Spartans. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Wolverines will kick it away to start us off. Here's the return from inside his 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Michigan State Spartans offense will have the first possession of the game. A state divided. They started playing for the Paul Bunyan Trophy, the big wooden lumberjack, back in the early 50s when Sparty joined the Big Ten.
And it's so nice to have you, Reese, to have all those data from when you were in high school and when you were in college back in the 50s. And you know the records so well of these games, but it matters. And their comments fly week to week for these guys, Michigan State, and it is intense and the hatred runs deep.
Can you just imagine Reese riding to school in his Ford Model T back in the day? How nice that would have been, just putting along, getting to school, making sure all his homework's done, just looking like the man on campus. I'll tell you, there's a lot of familiarity in this game. A lot of these high school players grew up playing with or against each other, so it just adds an extra layer to this rivalry.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. They move the tight end all over. Comes out throwing on first down. Fires to the big fella. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
Early in the game, as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
I think you run that play on second down knowing it's going to make third down easier. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know third down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. He won't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. And the Spartans decide to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Gets the first one of the day off, and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. So Michigan's offense will take the field for the first time. And David, we'll see just how effective they can... running against a backer like this.
They're going to do what they do, and they're going to feature their guy. He's an elite running back. You're a great linebacker. Let's see who wins this battle.
There have been entire defenses that haven't been able to slow this run.
Coming out aggressively. Reels it in and goes out of bounds on the left side after the huge gain. Touchdown, Wolverines. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. On the move. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
It's runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Keep it on the ground. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain. Guys, these two have been showing contempt and disdain for each other for more than a century. First meeting back in 1898.
Yeah, and my goodness, you think about all the years, all the plays. You think about Mike Hart a few years ago. What was he talking about? Little brother. That stung Michigan State so bad. The hatred for each other is what makes this game so fun to follow every single year.
And I always feel in this game specifically between Michigan and Michigan State, it's the big-time players and the Heisman candidates that have always stepped up and made big plays. So I can't wait to see what the best players in this game are ready to do.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. At the 35, he's got room. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. Those who stay will be champions, so said Bo Schembechler, and those who keep it on the ground churn out first downs.
Yeah, it's because it's a way of life, right? It's that physicality. It's going to be hard in practice all week. When you're at Michigan, it's going to be grind. It's going to be physical. That's who they are. They won't compromise. And if you get to stick around here recently, a lot of success, too.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful a reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan is... at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. They've got to be more consistent making big plays through the air. This guy gives them that chance.
He wants to go deep. Makes the grab. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive thing.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, you know, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Firing to the right, complete. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Paul Bunyan, a huge part of trophies in the Big Ten. He's got an axe. He's got this trophy for the Spartans and the Wolverines. Where do you guys rank this trophy?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, there's so many trophy games, I feel like, in the Big Ten, David. This game, obviously, it always has Big Ten implications, national championship implications. I will be honest, the Paul Bunyan trophy gives me the heebie-jeebies a bit.
You don't like it, it just kind of gives you the heebie-jeebies. I hear you, but how about Reese throwing a ranking on us? Rank the trophies? Reese, what are we doing here? We're not ranking trophies. Huge rivalry game, a lot of emotions. We're not talking about ranking trophies.
He's going to take off. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a fourth down.
And that's why it's important offensively. They're going to have to do a better job running the ball and getting positive yards early in the drive. You can't be in 3rd and long living in those situations against this defense because they like to play dime personnel. And with those faster guys, they're going to blitz, and they're going to match speed with speed. It's a nice way to combat the mobile ability this quarterback has. Now setting up 4th down.
Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Offense set on first down. He'll start this drive firing. Slings it downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down. He wants to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Moore. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Well, they execute the end route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
They're setting up the screen. And the completion gives them a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. The give to the tailback. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. This game often testier than Michigan's rivalry with Ohio State, and the Wolverines applied a little extra sting winning a close one last year.
They did. You know, it just left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. Back.
A shot toward the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be fourth down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. And it'll be down right there. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. The lead's not insurmountable, just down 14-0. But, David, you don't score here, and it could get a little tricky fast.
If you don't score here, if you don't possess the football and put something together to give your defense a little bit of a blow, it's not the ideal start. But it ain't like this game's late in the football game. Create some momentum here in the second quarter.
Yeah, momentum's a real thing in college football. This team needs the juju to get going. That first quarter is one they'd love to forget. So find your best playmakers now. Get them isolated. Get them the football and let them go to work.
They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. And from this angle, I don't think he got the first down. The defense won at the line of scrimmage. The Spartans line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. On the return, it's Stewart. He'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Use the play fake, now to throw. He lobs one high down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. They think there's room to run to the right here. At the 45 on its way. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one.
And that's the benefit to the run game. Keep pounding, keep pounding. Now you break one all the way down to the 2-yard.
And don't stop it. Get down, get lined up quick.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverine. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach.
And the pass hits, picked off. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Michigan. How about that D coming up with a play like that? Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Keeps it on the bootleg. Finds his tight end. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Because it freezes those linebackers, it freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run, and then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
Can't hang on to the ball. He had it right in his chest, and it'll be 4th down. Running it back, it's Stewart. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
Looking for a man, it's Simmons. He looks that one in nicely. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
This is one of the top 10 offenses in the nation in getting first downs. To do that, you got to have balance. You can't always throw for it on third down. You've got to be able to run it as well. And they've got a dude in the backfield who just knows how to move the chains.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Makes the catch. It's Westbrook.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Throws to the tight end. Got it in the middle. It's Hansen. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. And the Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
You want to change some of this bad luck you've had so far around? Get after the quarterback and get his butt on the ground. Nice job by the defense. This game ain't over. It's still the first half. This is a good start.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Good timing on the quick out. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. It's good. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wide receiver shows motion. The running back has it. Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. Unloads it left. He's got it. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Wants to throw on first down. Defense was swarming around this quarterback, and he never had a chance to get it off. And down he goes, and we will head to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, it's one thing to have a rivalry game, but when you have 2 longtime foes separated by 65 miles battling for a prize like the Paul Bunyan Trophy, you know emotions tend to run high. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere, and I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Michigan and Michigan State plays out.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Fielded in the end zone. It's Stewart. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on second down. They'll try the run. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18. line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Snags it down the right side. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. After that last big gainer, they'll put it in play, 1st and 10 from their own 49. And the senior would love to have that one back, just a little too much on the pass.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
To the air, it's Simmons. Looking down the middle. Got him downfield. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. The Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. Looking to go up top on 1st down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
It's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last 2 plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Catch in the middle, it's Marshall. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. And the Wolverines will line it up on 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a space. They're bringing heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies, the 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
Couldn't make the connection on 1st down. Now here on 2nd. To the ground with the back. Plows ahead for a pickup of 4 down to the 14. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Grab near the marker. It's Hansen. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. How valuable is a tight end in the red area? Now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Find the big fella down in the red area. Big target, works the middle of the field, easier throws. Nice job by this offense, keeping it very simple.
And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your back.
Huge play in the red zone. 3rd and goal coming up. They'll try to blast their way in. Touchdown, Wolverines! And the punishment has been extended. The Wolverines have a nice little cushion in that Paul Bunyan trophy almost within their grasp.
Sparty can't quit, though. This game means too much. In the rivalry, in the conference play, in recruiting, Sparty now has to dig deep, and they've got to fight back. Just takes one play, David.
Yeah, and these guys are a bunch of underdog guys, right? These guys are the ones that are talked about in this rivalry as inferior to Michigan all the time. You got a chance to keep fighting, showing what's inside your chest.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Kent State is currently ahead inside a jam-packed Dick Stadium, but the Golden Flashes have not been able to separate themselves offensively. They're up by 4 over Bowling Green. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Leaves it with the running back. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Handoff to the single back. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it, open.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. On first down, here comes this offense. They go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do.
Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. And the Spartans will try to pin them back with the punt. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. He gets a block. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Second down coming up. Power football with the run. Just a 1-yard gain leaves him with 3rd and 9. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third down, he drops to throw. Makes the catch. It's Hansen. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll throw it on first down. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. To the air, it's Simmons. Coming after it. And he can't pull the trigger, and that will be the final play of the third quarter. We wrap it up with a sack. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. Off the RPO, complete. Still on his feet at the 45. He's finally got it out of bounds, and even with that kind of pickup, they are still short of the first down.
You know, I got to tell you, as an offense, moving forward in this game, 3rd and long, you're going to have to push the ball downfield a little bit more. You got to throw to the sticks and give yourself a chance to convert these third downs.
He's right on target. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now a fresh set of downs.
Trying to find his man on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Soft spot in the middle. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. The Wolverines are on the move. Quarterback checking off. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Dances away. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Tune in to the Ocho, 8th play of the drive coming up. Running back searching for a hole. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
Quickly complete. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. 4th down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got it past the marker. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit. Obviously, know it.
Touchdown, Michigan! And the route is on. You can see it on the sideline. They built a comfortable fourth-quarter lead, and they know they're going to go 11-0. And the extra point was good. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Quickly complete. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance. But if it's going to happen, it has to happen now in this 2-minute situation. This is where their playmakers need to step up.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. They keep attacking through the air. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that third down. The Spartans will punt it away on fourth down. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room, because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Looking to pass on second down. Got the back over the middle. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Looking to move it through the air. Throws to the wideout. Working the middle. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything is worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines! And the pummeling has started. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the 4th quarter and close in on 11 straight victories.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Kent State is currently ahead inside a jam-packed Dick's Stadium, but the Golden Flashes have not been able to separate themselves offensively. They're up by 4 over Bowling Green. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well, because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough, so it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget.
He's going to pass. And they got him. He'll get him down for the sack.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Splits the uprights. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They capped that one off in style, a 74-yarder for the score. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Set to kick this one away.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Final minute, this game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road on the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just chillax, go back to the locker room, know they're going to get the victory.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. It's caught. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Out of bounds. After 44. And that's good enough for a first down.
After this, it'll be a wrap. Off the play fake on first down, the throw. And down he goes. Not sure about putting your quarterback in harm's way there, but that's going to do it.
You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course, and when you win, oh, is that sweet.
It's glorious to be able to brag, to be able to text message your buddies, to be able to post stuff on social media. It's a lot of fun. I think fans like it more than anybody, but it's something that every year you have a couple games start. This was one of them, Jesse. They took care of business, and now you move on to the next.
They really did, and we saw some great individual efforts in this game by the winning team, too. So cool to see some of these players that have had terrific collegiate careers make some of the biggest plays of their lives in this game, in a rivalry game that just means so much. This was a fun one to call.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.